to be there. I will just move to how you should analyze mocks. Before that, let's take a question. What is it? Are there something there?
Ritik is saying that box में 70 or 80 आ रहे हैं, actual exam में कितना हो जाएगा? I think we discussed about it in the very first slide, right?
Yeah, if
first
it's
or second slide.
If it's percentile, then if second slide में था 70 will move to about 85, 87, 80 will move to say close to about 90, 92 and so on and so forth. If it's score 70, 80 बहुत अच्छा score already है. आप already 95, 97, 98 percentile के आसपास हो. Keep working. If you can improve by one question every month also, you should be knocking on the door of 100. One question per section every month. Perfect.
When is the next AIMT?
अभी नहीं बोलेंगे, but yeah, the schedule is there on your app. You can go ahead and look at it. We have one in the upcoming month itself, which is in September. If I'm not wrong, probably all India the mock 15 probably is an open mock, पर मेरे को exactly याद नहीं है. It will be in September.
Probably the last week of September. 7 September. Possibly the notification might be there on
7 September next. So from our team, anybody who's there, can you just point it out when the next open mock is? I don't remember it exactly. If you can put it, it could be 7 September. I think the registration has already opened, right? The registration is already open on the app. So I think you should be able to look at 11 September is what Vikram is saying. I think वही होगा. So probably 11 September के आसपास होगा. So how to analyze mocks? I think this is something that we had spoken about earlier. So 8 to 17, somebody saying it's on the app. Just go ahead and have a look at it. Basically at the end of the day, I'm reiterating what we stated earlier. Start with questions you got correct, because these are things that you already knew. See if you can do it in a simpler way, if you can do it in a better way, save time, make notes. Next, move to questions that you attempted but you got wrong because you felt that this is something that I can do for sure, but you made an error. Bifurcate it into silly error or conceptual error. Conceptual error, go back to the concept, make notes, revise, do it again. Silly error, try identifying क्या हुआ उस time, conditions क्या थे, how do I get over it. And finally the last one, question which you did not attempt, try solving it. Look out effectively you can solve it, especially questions which are from areas of strength which you should have. Which are not from areas of strength, pat on the back to yourself कि भैया strength से भी नहीं था, important भी नहीं था, difficult भी था, मैंने छोड़ा, सही decision लिया. I am not saying every question that you left was a mistake. Many questions which you left was actually the right decision as well. So give yourself, due credit in those situations and give yourself a pat on the back.
And moreover, one more thing, that always try to analyze the paper within 2 to 3 days of your mock, because at that time you would remember this, that what were you thinking while doing that question, what were you thinking while leaving that question. So all that thought work that will come to you once again, that okay, this is something that I have to always avoid, this is something that I always have to do. Work on your strategies along with these questions as well. I mean, this is question by question, but there is an overall approach as well which is important, as we talked about, that in VARC what should I start with, right? So from for different people it might be different. In DILR, should I have DI first, should I have LR first, or should I completely leave DI? I have seen actually sometimes people, for example, if someone comes to me and says, sir, what specialization should I choose in MBA, right? Normally they tell me, sir, I should take finance because I like mathematics. Though there is no direct relationship between the two, but people have made this up. Similarly, what I have seen, sometimes people say, sir, I don't want to do DI because I don't like too much of numbers. But try them. Try them twice, thrice. Possibly you start liking them a lot, right? It's not only about numbers or calculations. DI is not like that. Rather, even CAT exam is not an exam of calculations. They would never ask you questions like that 777 is what percentage of 9,844 up to 3 decimal places. Rather, they'll give you options like 16%, 20%, 24%. You just have to approximate things. And many times we are good at it, but we don't know it. So these mocks, look at them as a practice match for you. Do all the experimentation here. Jitna bhi kar sakte ho. Experiment a lot. Try to find out what suits you. If it does not, change it next time. If it does not, change it next time. You find it good, keep it with you. Try it again and again in the different mocks, and that's how you analyze a mock, which is the most important part of it.
Perfect. So after analyzing, I came to know I could have scored 15 marks easily, which were in the sitter category. That's the objective of analysis. And then working on khali identification is not good enough. Now basis that your strategy should change. Upcoming mocks you should do better. 15 से next mock में वो 9 आ जाना चाहिए. And by the time you reach CAT, it should be यार no sitter was left. Sir, इस बार DILR set to it be too tough.
Will it be too tough?
Will it be too tough? हम क्यों बोले, मतलब
I am Lucknow बना रहा है तो कैसा होगा? Because 2017 was very tough.
Yeah,
Because
so
this is what she's referring to.
difficult to state, I think, whether the LOD will be more difficult or not, but my take is very simple, which is CAT 2017 से लेके अभी तक ना DILR का more or less stable रहा है. लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी डिफिकल्ट थोड़ा रहता है, एक हमेशा सिटर आता है, एक डुएबल आता है. तो सेम लॉजिक रहेगा, दो सेट कर लोगे 99 के डोर पे यू आर नॉकिंग, वन सेट कर लोगे यू आर नॉकिंग ऑन द डोर ऑफ 75-80.
कुशल कह रहा I'm getting difficulty while solving reasoning sets when there are cases. कुशल किसी भी ऐसी चीज में जहां आपको लग रहा है ना डिफिकल्टी आ रही है, एक आसान सा तरीका होता है, just do 10 such sets, right? First two will be very difficult for you, the next two would be slightly easy, then you would start getting some confidence, and after some time you would understand, okay, this is what it was. Everything looks difficult at the first sight of it, और उसके बाद आप उसको 4 बार 5 बार 6 बार कर लोगे तो अपने आप आसान लगने लग जाती है. बट दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप, यू कांट मिस इट. नंबर ऑफ केसेस बनाना ना DILR के ज्यादातर केसेस में होता है, सो therefore you have to work on it, do some steps, work upon it and get the confidence कि आप मतलब आपको ये ना लगे that I'm not good at it.
Sir, I got 54 in first open mock. Will I get selected in toppers batch if I score 55 plus in next open mock? It depends, yeah. Every open mock, the cutoff might be different. This mock, basis level of difficulty, 55 was the cutoff. Next mock, it could be 50 or 60, depends on that. Focus is ensure you score a 90 percentile plus, then you have a good chance of being in the toppers batch. Sir, marks fluctuate हो रहे हैं. How to keep it consistent? Through analysis. The mock in which you scored well, did you analyze? Were there more questions from topics that you are more comfortable with? Were the questions from topics you are more comfortable with easier as compared to that in the other mock? So compare mock by mock. Mock by mock, strength weakness को identify करके लिखो कितने questions strength से थे, how many were from weakness, how many of them I attempted, what was my accuracy rate, what was the time taken per question. Do all of that. Create a free, full-fledged Excel which will go ahead and help you identify whether what you did well in one mock is being carried forward in the second mock or not. कई बार होता क्या है, just because the way the mock was constructed, for example in this mock 2 RCs came from biology, sociology, ecology. अब समझो that is your area of strength. इस mock में those 2 में 8 में 8 you could have gotten, you could have scored a 93-94 percentile. Next mock में यहाँ से आएगा ही नहीं, it will suddenly fall. तो fluctuate होगा, you will feel problem है. Problem ये नहीं है, problem आपके analysis में है that you did not identify this genre I am comfortable with, this I am not, so I should start reading more in this genre so that I can do well. So analysis is the key to get an answer to your question.
To rather many of the questions, I think analysis is the key to that. Just, I mean, wherever you find a problem, start analyzing, right? There are many such things which do not have a generic answer. So all of these questions have an answer which you can find yourself by analysis.